I'd like to thank everybody for coming tonight. This is your town, and we have 2 public hearings, and it's always nice to hear from people on their views on things. But the first item is anybody have an amendment to the agenda? Okay. The next item is what they call privilege of the floor. Anybody can talk about anything that's on the agenda. There's another privilege of the floor at the end where people can talk about anything that they'd like to talk about. So would anybody like to talk about anything on the agenda? Other than the public. Okay. That being the case, would someone like to make a motion that we reopen the public hearing regarding the Timber Trail LLC special use permit?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. The protocol we're going to follow is, and our attorney, by the way, Mr. Rick Golden, if we have questions, legal questions on this matter, he will be here to assist us. But someone from representing the applicant in this case will talk a little bit about the project, and then what we'll do is we'll invite you to go to the podium, say your name and where you live, and then what you would like to say. Okay. So with that, sir, are you going to speak a little bit about...
And do you want to introductory remarks, or... If you have. Okay.
Okay, but I just hear another attorney tell me what to do here. Okay. Just be which is the legal notice. Okay, dated July 9, 2010, Timber Trail LLC, 21 Perlman Drive, Spring Valley, New York, 10977. Reference a special permit application, Timber Trail LLC. Public hearing notice. To whom it may concern, please take notice that on Thursday, the 22nd day of July, 2010, at 7:30 p.m., the Town Board of the Town of Goshen, New York, will hold a public hearing at the Town Hall, 41 Webster Avenue, Goshen, New York, on the Timber Trail LLC special permit application. The Town of Goshen will make every effort to assure that the hearing is accessible to persons with disabilities. Anyone requiring special assistance and/or reasonable accommodation should contact the town clerk. This notice is being provided to allow for the same notice that a special permit proceeding before the town planning board would receive. So, with that, who is going to speak on behalf of the Timber Trail?
That's all.
Good evening, Mr. Supervisor. My name is Tom Ollie. I am a professional engineer. I'm principal of Thomas B. Ollie PE PLLC, which is an engineering firm and planning firm located in Walden, New York. I represent Timber Trail LLC in this application, and with me tonight are the principals of the applicant, Milton and Susan Shapiro, and Ben Oster, who is counsel for the applicant. First of all, I'd like to start off by giving a brief description of the project. And excuse me if I have my back to you, just so I can speak into the microphone. The project is a planned adult community, which is, by definition, an age-restricted development. And what that means is that under the provisions of the Fair Housing Act, the occupants of the housing development, at least one member of the household has to be 55 years of age or older. And generally no one under the age of 19 is permitted to reside there. This will be a market rate rental project, and what I think makes this project very unique is that it's being designed to be a sustainable community, and that buildings will incorporate what's generally referred to as green technology, running everything from super insulation and energy efficient windows and millwork right on through to geothermal heating systems that will reduce the dependency on fossil fuels and also be a much more long-term cost-effective heating source for the units themselves. As it is a community, there are some features that will be, some amenities that will be included with the project. One of which will be approximately a 3,000 square foot clubhouse that could be used for to serve not only this community but the greater Goshen community. Amenities may include tennis court, swimming pool. We're also envisioning a very, very small retail building, something on the order of about 5,000 square feet, that would just provide some convenient shopping for the residents of this project and the immediate surrounding area. I think one misconception that should be dispelled immediately is that somebody had circulated some literature saying that there would be a strip mall here, and that's the farthest thing from the truth in the plan. The property is on both sides of Route 207, starting right at the town of Hamptonburg, town of Goshen line. It's about 3/4 of the property is located on the west side of 207, just south of Everett Road, and about 1/4 of the property is located on the east side of 207, and the southerly boundary of the property is only about 1/4 of a mile from the northerly boundary of the village of Goshen. So as you're coming out of Goshen on 207, there's several single-family houses on the right-hand side. As soon as you pass the last house before the Antaraga restaurant, that's the beginning of the property, and continues all the way up to the two farmhouses on the right-hand side of the road, just beyond the entrance into the Pasquale's property, the Antaraga home there mentioned. Included in that is that small house with the old greenhouse attached to it, and as the applicant is running an organic farm on that property, the plans would envision turning that greenhouse into a small farmer's market as well, the house and the greenhouse. And the applicant has actually brought a sample of their wares, their produce with them tonight. Because this project, this piece of property has been under consideration for development for some time, there was an extensive water study that was done on the property, and two test wells were drilled on the property. At the time of the drilling, one was estimated to produce about 200 gallons a minute of water, the other one 125 gallons per minute of water. They were both 6-inch wells, and because of the size of the bore of the well, the pumps were limited to 4-inch diameter pumps, and both wells were tested at 88 gallons a minute, and that really reflected the capacity of the pumps and not necessarily the aquifer. The town's consultant, their hydrogeology consultant, was very much part of that study, because they had to review the test protocol and procedures. We had to make sure that we did the test in the right period of time, that it wasn't unduly influenced by large amounts of rainfall, and one very particular important note of interest here is that The hydrogeologist determined that the two wells were not interconnected, so they were independent of one another. So that's always something that one looks for in a water supply. That's how much water was available there. The project will use